Hey guys, I just want you to know I'm getting a couple of things set up here and then I'll be live, so sit tight. What's happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday. My mic was muted. As you can tell, it's another lovely Tuesday. Tonight's beverage of choice, delicious sparkling grocery store seltzer water. Hashtag not sponsored. All right, before we... Oh, Bjorn, thank you so much. Your first patron and first super chat. Thank you very much, Bjorn. Much appreciated. You guys got me here and the ability to get those, so many thanks. Let's show off the chat here. We got Ant in the house, throwing on the light switch. We got Audi coming in second, outpacing Bjorn, both of you. Tuna on Rye, who is swimming in a cave. You terrify me. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. All right. Right? My goodness. Red, how's it going? Right. So, I figured tonight would be a good night to do just a simple paint and hang. Don't want to get into anything too complex, but I figured let's do this. Let's paint on this. Now, I started to paint it. The only thing I guess I should show you what it is first. So let's change the lights. Let's set the mood in here. Let's bring it to like a sepia lighting, right? I look a little nicer, a little more natural, less like a cadaver. So this was the birdhouse set that Rad sent me in that package. And I made some modifications to it. I clad one side in wood, then I whitewashed it after I painted the planks to look more like wood. Don't ask. I like this side. I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep it that way. And then we've got the front, which I'm just not happy with the colors, the way it looks. This is corrugated cardboard I added to make it look like sheet metal. I did the same up here, but we're going to change this. I'm not happy with it. And then we got all kinds of space to do some weathering, dry brushing. We can maybe stick some more greeblies on if we want. And of course the back. So let's get into that. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to show Bjorn for a few minutes. We appreciate that, Bjorn. But, yeah, so birdhouses, this birdhouse actually worked out. I mean, as far as Star Wars figures go, which, yeah, we'll use you, Chris Pratt. You're not a Star Wars figure, but they scale really well with the door. The only thing is this perch is over, but as far as the height of the door goes, it's good scale. and you could use it, right? So it could be a birdhouse and everything. But this was sealed actually. I did punch a hole in the bottom so that I could put a tea light in there later and illuminate whatever I've got going on in the windows and the door. I added these like swinging doors over a Sci-Fi door there, so that's going to have some type of grating in it to make it look Sci-Fi. But that I like the Western aspect of it. I just didn't like the colorway that I was going with it. So I feel like we could do that. Yeah. All right. Using using soda cans and then crimping it and then cutting it into strips. Yeah, I could see doing that. If you had some dowels, even thinner ones than this, you could probably glue a few of them in a row, and then as you put the metal in, you could just push down a separate piece in between them, go over and push down a separate piece and make a corrugated thing too. Tuna is Huckleberry Prospect. That is absolutely true. Can confirm. I fell in love with Huckleberry Prospect, but Tuna won my heart. All right, so I think my biggest issue was that the green, I didn't like the green, and I didn't like what I did with the corrugated metal on the bottom for this. So I think that's going to be the way to go. Before I do get started, though, as always, I want to thank everybody for being here. Huge thanks goes to my patrons. You guys literally help keep the lights on. You guys help keep the streaming service going, so that is much appreciated. The first patron and the first super chat, Bjorn, playing with my 375, Lord of Thane, Task Force, Wombat, Red, thank you so much, and Toy Domination. I appreciate you guys. Keep your names up there for a little bit. So I'm thinking, and I also did want to show this off too. I used, for these up here, was one of those recyclable food containers, right? It's made of cardboard, but it's made of like recycled materials. And I just thought that was a really cool texture. So I threw it up there and painted it silver, but that definitely needs to be washed in different colors and stuff. It's not doing it for me. So a little bit of a closer look at what we got going on here. Behold my stuff. Hey, stop humping your brother. This is the stuff I have to say while I'm on the internet with my friends. My goodness. It's not even your stepbrother. That's your brother. He's not even stuck in a washing machine. He's just confused. I love you. Don't do that. It's weird. Sorry, guys. The boys. Oh, God. But really happy with that. That greebly on the side, almost like it's like a generator or something. And that's going to weather up really nicely. And on the back, give you guys another clearer look at it. I used that greebly that we made for the Sci-Fi wall. I just, no, that wasn't me farting. That was the boys growling at each other for being humped. And I had made that full-size greebly, but then I took the Sci-Fi wall down, so I held onto it. And it looks super spaced out there. So maybe that's like the back of a science fiction refrigerator or something. Yeah, my Tesla Powerwall. Those are the only thing that hasn't like failed miserably. I think a couple of my friends in Australia have those. But yeah, this I'm going to keep. This is going to get a mural painted on this. So let's get rocking and rolling. Let's see here. Keep you guys motivated. Well, thank you. No, thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank yourself. You know, thank the fuck you. All right. Thank you. Reminds me of the bolt-on awnings, metal awnings that you had in Florida that you bolt down during hurricane season. Yeah. And again, no, that was the dogs being dogs. Let's see. Yeah, I believe it. A lot of favelas and older style like buildings and places like that have some really fascinating architecture and design, and it's really amazing what you see. Y'all ever have a tool in your hand earlier in the day and then you set it down to do something and then you don't got that tool no more? Because that is currently what's happening with me. There. Living on 1, 2, 3 blocks. And then also, I guess I can show you guys. I can let you. This is between us, right? All 8 or 9 of us that are here. We'll talk about this. This is the top secret thing. But this actually slots into a base. And it's going to have a wraparound porch on it, just like a real saloon. Those are all hand laid. I hated every minute of it. But again, that's just between us. Don't tell anybody else. All right, so I'm going to use these 1, 2, 3 blocks just to elevate this a little bit while I paint it so you guys can maybe see it a little better with the camera. Thanks, Justin. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here. Like that wall, thank you. Whitewash wall's sick. I don't want it to be too Western. I want it to be more reminiscent of the Wild West, sci-fi kind of trope that's become a thing, which I love, don't get me wrong. But like if you've seen the episode of Firefly, I think it's episode 3, where they get thrown out of the Alliance-friendly bar, I want it to be like that, where there's still science fiction. Like I have a hologram printout for the glass. And hey, sir. Ridiculous. It's a sci-fi, bar, but there's still like science tech. So I wanted to make sure that I really stress that with the, the big battery type generator on the side, and then all kinds of sci-fi tech on the back. But there will be posters and graffiti on the back. It's going to be urban, but within that cyberpunk / space future thing that I love, that I get going here. And this is going to be Western inspired because it's going to have a advertisement for Nuka-Cola, but it's going to be Galaxy's Edge bottles for Nuka. It's going to be a little crazy mashup. I'm gonna make it happen, but yeah. So we got to recolor this. I just don't. I'm thinking red maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Yeah, for Hollow Window, I've actually got 2 things. I do have a hologram printed out, like I said, and I also am going to try this. It's got the hex pattern, which is very sci-fi, very, futuristic. I may spray it with some transparent blue just to give it a little bit of a tint, but I like that a lot, and I think I'll use that in this rectangle window. And then, like I said, I've got a tea light that's multicolored, so I can put it in there, and it can flash, make it look like a club, like maybe they got jukebox lights going on or something. So, again, some thoughts, but yeah, this stuff, I'm very excited to use it. It's a fondant mold. I got it at Joann's. Just can't really see how things look through it. Yeah. You being a good boy? Being a good boy, buddy? Love these dogs. Yeah. There's actually, you can actually see in my display on my fly-throughs, there's a couple of pieces I actually did directly from that graffitied city in The Mandalorian as an homage to the artists, because that was done by an actual graffiti artist, but also like to maybe that person that did some of the graffiti was passed through here. I'm a huge in, I guess, IRL, like outside of my hobby here, I'm a huge fan of graffiti, street art, that type of stuff, posters, post up, wheat paste, all that stuff slaps. It's like a whole different language. It's very fascinating, and I'm a big fan of that. So when I was like, oh, let me pay homage, there's also a couple of homages to Zero Productivity, who's a graffiti artist that I absolutely love. I purchased work of his. Kenny bought me some of his artwork for Christmas. He does this character called PJ the Pigeon. And what I'll do is let me bring it up here. Let me see here. He did a collaboration, and I wasn't able to get in on this collab, but I'll show you guys because it's right up our alley. So let's see. We're going to share screen, and you're going to see this screen here. All right. So he did these pop vinyl type collector's edition, collector style PJ the Pigeons, and PJ is his little, graffiti guy. That's his little character that he does, and I've always loved his stuff. So there's a couple of slaps, and I spoke with him ahead of time. I said, hey, it'd be a huge honor. I hope you don't mind. I made these little tiny slaps of your drawings of PJ to put in my world, and I showed him a couple of pictures. He was like, dude, that's so cool. No, absolutely, that's awesome. So very excited about that. Yeah, just don't replicate it elsewhere. Go somewhere and do somebody else's tag. That could be trouble. That could piss somebody off. We don't do that. All right, so thinking I'll do black over this silver again. These pieces just to bring it back to where it is, where it needs to be, or where I want it, I should say. So what's everybody up to this week? Anybody got anything good going on? Anything exciting? Any positive news going on in your world? I'd love to hear it. That's unfortunate. A lot of people have been on that show, though. At this point, that's not even boasting. That's like saying you went to the bathroom. All right. So like I said, I'm just going back over the metal with some matte black acrylic craft paint from Plaid. This stuff doesn't have a lot of pigment to it, so I'm going to have to probably do a couple of coats if I want to get real, real dark on here. But I think one coat should be enough because it is going to get painted over. So you won the Droid Hauler on Friday's show. Yes, you did. That's awesome. Bjorn's making a table using bottle caps. That's awesome. CH took a massive Rogan one time. Yeah, you got to specify Joe because we like Seth Rogen in this house. You won that Droid Hauler. That's right. Yep. Oh, you dated his microphone? Oh, girl, tell me what happened. What? Scared the shit out of myself. Thinking maybe a really rusty orange for the front of the bar, but orange and black, almost orange, black and white, almost like sci-fi, sci-fi colors for this building. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of like explanations on YouTube about art theory and color theory and stuff, and I'm trying to bring some of that into my artwork. And sometimes I struggle with choosing colorways or series of colors for items and designs, and I'm learning. Like, I got that color wheel that I did the video on, and there hasn't been a day where I haven't gone by and used it. So like, that's, again, when I say this thing's under $5 and it probably changed the way I do artwork, I'm not kidding. Like, check it out. Nice. Zilla shot you. Oh my god, they shot. Oh god, he's not gonna be okay. I need you to make it. Sorry. Sorry, I went to a weird place with that one. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe like a real orangey orange in where all this green paint is. So glad your girl finally let you use a blender. Now you can make your own banana smoothies. Oh, sorry, I saw blender and monkey and I just assumed. Yeah, man, they made that Yamato 6 fucking Mandalorian just for you, brother. Well, that's why I'm only gonna do like black accent. But even if I do stumble into Halloween, spooky, scary skeletons. So I'm going to do a base of German orange. It actually looks pink, but it makes my oranges look orange. That makes sense? Because that was a sentence with words, I promise. I don't, my feelings weren't hurt by the armor. It seems like they kind of got mixed up a couple of times, but it's a Mandalorian, and I am absolutely thrilled that we're getting non-Boba Fett figures this year that are Mandalorians, unlike last year, which seemed like it was year of Boba Fett, where it was just every time was a new colorway of jumpsuit Boba coming out. So yeah, they got some of the armor wrong, and I get I guess if you're going for screen accurate and everything, but just like in the case of these where it's just a generic trooper as far as generic goes being, and he has no real story, I think we'll live. Somehow I think we'll live. Creature from the Black Lagoon themed birthday party. That's awesome. I have a creature figurine in my pile of opportunity. I'm trying not to call it a pile of shame, but like projects that I want to work on to repaint for Kenny that we got at a flea market in Connecticut that I desperately want to go back to, but it's only open on Sundays, which is so inconvenient. But there was a vendor there who had so much Star Wars stuff. It's where I did the haul. I think I paid $60, and I wound up with a bunch of different ships that I came back with and a bunch of different figures. But I so badly want to go back there and just load up on some more stuff if she still got it. And yeah, that's where we got that creature figurine. Gilman. Gilman, created by a woman. God, I'm gonna mod the shit out of him. Hands be damned. Yeah. That's awesome. I learned for the main actress who was in the original 1950s War of the World film, the Martians that were puppeteered for the movie were built by a father-daughter team, and the daughter often goes uncredited because, number one, she was a woman, and number two, she was the daughter of the prop maker, so they kind of just, counted her as him because it was the 50s. But she operated part of the puppet while her father climbed inside the still wet mechanics because they had to rebuild the puppet very last minute, and back then the liquid latex that they were using took days and days and days to end to cure. And so he had to climb inside of this thing and basically operate it from the interior while his daughter ran the puppet mechanics. And I do believe he was drunk from the night before because they weren't expected to be on set that day. And it was a very funny story, but it was very cool to hear from, like an actress, who's been there, done it, and was in a classic horror film like that. Do you, Bjorn, how often do you go out hitting flea markets and stuff? Is that part of something that you do for Chucky's to like get inventory, or is that just like Bjorn wants to go and do it, so he does it? And Anthony or Justin says, Star Wars for you, that's your baby. 7 Mandos this year will be a good year. Another good Mando year, although 3 are din. Yeah, 3 are din, Jarn. Hey, man, the more they sell, the more fucking Mandalorian stuff we're going to get. And silver is arguably easier to repaint than jumpsuit Boba. I'll say that. Mainly for you. Oh, nice. We just got the official confirmation for 2 local yard sale days / community-wide yard sale days. So those are my favorites. I'm gonna stock up on quarters and $1 bills. Although last year it seemed like everybody wanted something for fucking, there's nothing. How do I want to word this? We're all hurting in an economy like this now. Whether or not we're hurting, it's still inconvenient financially. And people were asking for, like retail prices at yard sales. And that's just like, I'm not going to tell you how to make your money if someone's going to buy it, but a lot of places just had tables full of stuff that no one was buying because you're asking for, $5 for one of those Weeble Wobbles and a baggie. You put it with his little fire hat and you put it in the baggie from the yard sale. Like that's something somebody will pay a quarter or 50 cents for. If you want collector prices, go to a collector store and sell it. Yeah, I'm excited for the Blurg. That's going to be a fun find. Yeah, that's another oddball thing. Is like people selling stuff at yard sales that are like super fucking hyped about the thing that they've got, and they're sitting there telling you about it, and it's like, well, number one, why are you selling it? Number two, it's not worth that. I think it's an Eope. Yep, I think Bjorn said it. Right. Yeah, no, it's very salmon. For whatever reason, German orange from Vallejo shows up that color. And while you're here, if you guys haven't already, do me a favor. Go ahead and pop that like button. Go give it a tap. You know, just give it a little thank you. Now I'm going to take Lava Orange, Army Painter. Actually, I'm going to wait to put that on because that other paint still has a little bit to go before it's dry. Thinking I'll do white around the frame, so it's orange, white. I'll do black on these two door panels, and we'll do this metal, kind of a brushed silver. And I think that'll be science fiction enough for me. Okay, look at that. We got a dumpster baby. Yeah. Yeah, no, if I go to a flea market and it's card only, no cash, that's what I want. But if it's no cash, I want nothing to do with that. Like, number one, I truly believe and feel what a person does with their stuff that they're selling is their business. If you want to have a yard sale or whatever, I don't think you need to bring a credit card company into it, and wind up reporting that on like taxes or whatever. So I don't like when places require vendors to use swipey swipe machines. Like, I know it's convenient for some people, and they don't have to carry cash and all that, and there's the monicum of safety that you get from that. But man, like, I'm gonna have, I just want to get this thing for, whatever price I can, and then we go our separate ways. It's a flea market. It doesn't need to be high tech. It doesn't need to be a goddamn, There we go. Look at that. Word on the street right there. You guys heard it here first. So if you buy anything from them and it goes wrong, you blame Red. And nothing can go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong. Yeah, like I said, man, it's like it's everybody's hurting, whether it's truly financial hurting or whatnot, or you're noticing it. It's there. Things are changing, and people are like, oh, I don't know if it's because enough people got tired of like people saying, I don't carry that much cash on me or whatever, so like, oh, I'll make it easy. Somebody could use their card, but I don't know. I just feel like you're at a flea market. There should not be an electronic paper trail involved in purchases at a flea market. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's we're fucking buying used Tupperware lids and like crockery and stuff from you. I don't need John Law involved. You don't need John Law involved. I know some people make it a business, so they have to report something and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking flea markets, man. Rose Tico is it Is it like an autograph from the actress? Jesus Christ, I like her a lot, but like I don't know. That's ridiculous. Well, the thing is too, Rad, I wish the bastard was here. Like his problem is also like some places have it expensive, but also like he gets lots of shit left and right. Like, oh, somebody's getting rid of their collection for like $200, $300, and it's just a ton of shit. His one buddy needs pieces for, Star Wars ships, and Rad picks them up and gets, great trades at them. Like, where are these people like hiding and hoarding all these goddamn Star Wars figures? And how can I, convince Rad to get it for me and bring it to me? That's awesome, man. I'm probably gonna put an order from them this week just to try it out for stuff on the channel. I don't generally buy just to try, but they do have some heads that I'm looking at, so I'll probably pick them up and maybe we'll do a live stream review or something like that. But yeah, he's got some very curiously good looking heads in there, different from my man 118 Spartan, whose figureheads I really love for 118 scale. So it'll be exciting to see. Dude, I'm a slut for stickers. You guys have seen under this table, under the mat, it's like sticker bombed for, I used to do mail openings on Instagram. They did not do well, so I stopped. But it's like I stickered it for vertical viewing instead of horizontal viewing because Instagram. But yeah, I'm a slut for stickers, man. Every time like a package, I order something for my girlfriend or I order something for the both of us and we get a package and there's stickers. Like, it's like the Wild West. I'm trying to get them. And I usually give them to her if I have duplicates or whatever. But love me some stickers. I think I broke it. Yeah, I think white's going to be the right way to go, especially when I start to weather it. Sorry, I've got it tilted at an angle, but I've got to paint the inside of the window frame. And I think the only way you guys will be able to see me do that is if you were over my shoulder looking this way. Yeah. My stickers are everywhere around here, local, because my girlfriend and I are very good at sticker bombing places. I kind of do wish I had a like super high gloss, because I would do these window frames, the white in super high gloss. I have high gloss Mod Podge maybe, but when the washes run over that and it like still pops white, but it looks like that, like you can tell it's grimy. Oh, I love that aesthetic. When I worked in the aerospace factory, we used to shoot enamel paints, specifically a white Teflon enamel, on certain aircraft pieces. And the way you mixed it up is you had to make a lot, even if you were only painting one or two things. So we'd always try and paint big batches of stuff whenever we'd paint it. But some days you'd just get one, and the customer want it right away. So you'd have to mix up like a whole quart of paint. You'd literally spray like a 64th of that quart. And so we're supposed to dump the paint into a barrel and let it dry, or we can spray other stuff for like practice or whatever. So like I used to bring stuff that I was going to take camping and whatnot, or like the inside of it needed to be weatherproofed, and I'd sandblast it and then I'd spray that enamel on there. And man, that looked good. Always looks so good on metal. Design some stickers, Bjorn. You do a lot of drawing, and that'd be badass. You're waiting on your beard to cure. Wow. If you need Dr. Beard, you've come to the right place. My name is Famine of Beards and Beard Incorporated. Not just a member, I'm also the founder. Sorry. That's a reference very few are going to get. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be having some more stickers come out. I'm thinking about doing like sticker packs, but doing it the Etsy way instead of just doing on demand like I do with the shirts. Kind of like I was thinking maybe like a Famine Studios sticker pack, right? What's going on, Timbo? Where you get like, you know, you order the sticker pack and it's $7, and you get 7 or 8 or maybe 10 stickers. I just work here, right? I'm not good with math. But maybe I've got like a Stark sticker and a couple of logo stickers in a different size. The Rusty Jackalope Provisions Company, doing it like that, and having it like bagged up nicely in an envelope that's got the logo or something like that. Little kind of curated piece instead of just sending batches of one particular sticker. I don't know if that's something you guys would like, but I feel like I could do some fun stuff with that. I just don't know if everybody's like me and they're like, they collect stickers and want to put them on things because, it's probably my placement on the spectrum somehow, but I'm a 48-year-old male that likes to put stickers on things, but also has commitment issues to putting said stickers on things, because then feel like you put it on something, and then what if you take that something somewhere? Then what happens? You lose that something, then you lost the sticker too. It's frustrating. Right. Do reusable planes? What? No. I need the permanency of the sticker, which I need to have the fear, or else I'll be putting stickers on things willy-nilly. And also, all the stickers that I get from places are not, are not window clings. They're actual stickers. I don't know if you watch Friends, but just like Chandler tells Rachel when she's trying to get a new job that she has to quit, you need the fear. You gotta have the fear. Reusable Clings would also be a good name for a punk band. Bjorn Jorgensen and the Reusable Clings. Or is it Bjorn Jorgensen and the Reusable Clings? And also, are we digging the music tonight now that we've had it playing for a little bit? Persistent dingleberry. I found myself a nice resource for some additional music for streaming that's not going to get me beaten to death by copyright agents. And I just like it a little bit more than the music that StreamYard offers for background streaming. And personally, I like to have a little music when I work or like something going on. It helps me like focus / unfocus, if that makes sense. If you guys have like focusing issues, you probably get what I'm saying, where like sometimes you need to unfocus in order to focus on something. Or I just sound like an idiot who's saying things over and over again, but I like to have that sort of music going. And I found this resource and I found this song and I was like, this could probably be really good for a live stream. Let's try it out with the guys, with the fellas and the ladies when they stop in, and everybody in between there, and see what you guys thought. So thank you for some input. Dial in. I guess rock music's probably like my third or fourth pick when it comes to tunes, but I get it. I got that tattooed big burly badass thing going on over here. Badass artist who also talks like Joe from Family Guy. Hey Peter, you want to see me paint a saloon? Get a line, pal. Sorry, I know these are all terrible impressions. Jesus Christ. What do I listen to? I listen to a lot of synthwave and a lot of like metal. I do also listen to a lot of folk music. But as far as like the mood that I feel like this channel has, I don't know if it's rock, but hey, if you guys are happy with it, that means it works. And I got a whole album from this band that we can utilize, so it'll be fun. Number 1, number 2. Hello, friends. It's almost time. You can relax. Go lay down. Go sit. They're like, sir, we want DIN in the R. Or we will get the guillotines. Remove your head, famine. I don't know why all of a sudden they're French revolutionaries, but here we are. Famine dies for K-pop. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That upset me. And now classic rock, as we know it, is oldies, which really freaks me out. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't know what's with the accents. It's just that kind of Tuesday. Bjorn gave me $2 and I started jumping up and down like a monkey with a cymbal. Hello, sir. Hello, little buddy. Bless you. because like I grew up with my grandparents and listening to oldies. What I thought was oldies was like the Big Bopper, old Johnny Cash, June Carter, you know, Valley and you know, Jesus Valley, the Four Tops, like those were, even the Jackson Five when they were all young and little, like that was oldies to me. And now it's like oldies is goddamn, you know, early Metallica, and classic rock is Green Day. Like, what the French fuck is happening here? Nickelback, you know, Nirvana. I heard Nirvana on an oldie station. I thought I was having a stroke. Like, I thought like radio signals were getting crossed in my brain. In the words of the man with the monkey, give him $5 and see. Yeah, anytime I hear a child say something like that because they think they're cute, like, oh, you're from the late 1900s. Like, yeah, the Dark Ages, where I was able to look terrible stuff up in books before they started tracking information. I know what to do with the body, kid. Fuck off. Late 20th century. I've never hit a child with an open hand before. And I won't start now. It's all fists, baby. All fists. Yeah, so this is Army Painter's Lava Orange. Lava Orange. Here we go. We're putting that right over the German orange. Nobody tell Lord of Thane what we're doing. Is this your sister, the Wookiee, Bjorn? Nice, that's orange. See the difference? Orange, salmon pink, but it's called German orange for whatever reason. Probably has something to do with tanks or flowers. One of my more knowledgeable friends in the chat might be able to fill us in on that. She's got a skirt and a long jacket. I'm surprised that you speak Wookiee. You're able to understand. I'm going to go ahead and put up now the schedule for the week for everybody that's watching at home. A lot of you guys are crossovers from other audiences and stuff, so we always like to put up the schedule with Toy Squad being Mondays, me Tuesdays, Lord of Thane and Pirates of the Galaxy are on Wednesdays, Dom and Joe on Thursday. And then, of course, Friday is the World Makers Consortium here and on Rad Toys Galaxy channel. Jeez. See, I go away for 2 seconds to look at something on here, and you guys start discussing war crimes of World War I into World War II. Und there were many war crimes, y'all. Who let the dogs out? The party was nice, the party was bumping, and everyone was having a ball. Dogs out anyway. That man can throw some paint. I can throw some. Yeah, there's children probably watching. I don't know why. What's up, Josh? What you doing, Mr. Wentzilla? My God, it's Mr. Wentzilla. He's so dreamy. That guy's here. Oh my God. Howdy, I'll have you produce the show, and you can have a button, the Howard Stern. Hey now. I think I'm gonna give these like the wooden treatment. Like I'm gonna paint them to very obviously look like painted wood texture, wood grain on there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. For these, I think I'm gonna keep them black, but we'll add some dings with some silver. There we go. How does Josh smell with his nose? Haha. Bjorn likes buttons. They don't call them Buttons O'Malley for nothing. What a shitty nickname that would be. Ah, here comes fucking old Buttons. Buttons O'Malley. Bjornjamin Button. And for smell like laser tag. It smells like when mommy goes out and coughs in the garage. For some of my dry brushing, I do like to use makeup brushes from the dollar store. They're very soft and they're really good for dry brushing. Because they're like super cheap. They do a good job. They clean well. You can clean them up really nicely. Because believe it or not, guys, well, makeup is predominantly worn by women. Largely, they tend to clean their makeup brushes and stuff. And we could all learn something from that by cleaning our paintbrushes. And if you're feeling it, clean your makeup brushes too. Good for dusting Lego. I imagine so. I actually had quite a bit of fun dusting off a very old figure the other day. And I just used a paper towel and a couple of Q-tips and went to town. My rinse cup. Jesus. Oh, well, I think you'd look good in it, especially the purples. Yeah, you cleaned your cup. I've still got to clean my paint cup. I didn't want to show it off. And I'm just trying to do a little more heavier weathering near the door area right here, because that's where people will be coming in and out, so the doors will swing open. Maybe their bags bounce against it, or they're bigger creatures and stuff, characters, so they have to step through. Just trying to think, you know, how stuff would get done, where people would lean. Stuff like that runs through my head a lot. Licking off that mold release, absolutely. It's a common thing. It's a common thing for people to lick their miniature brushes while they're working. After they've rinsed it, obviously, to like make it into a point. I thought that was pretty cool. I never got the Juvie Brachiosaur, so I'm not really counting on getting it. But I'd love to have it. I'd love to get a couple of those for my display. Yeah, of course. Of course, yes, of course, yes, of course. No, I don't. I genuinely don't pre-order them. I know it's a fan channel exclusive, but they're generally still available. But I think it's the same. I think it's the $16.99. I was unaware there was a planned price increase for fan channels. Pre-ordered 6 of them. That's what's up. And you got my address to send those, right? I'm gonna wait. I'm probably gonna hold off on any like major figure purchases. Like if I see a deal, I see a deal. You all know me; I'm a slut for savings. But my axle went on my car, and that part's got to get ordered to get replaced. It's something that can be done at home. It doesn't need to be done at the shop and all that. But I should take care of that. So that's on the agenda. Yeah, I saw you could order the whole case at Big Bad. I remember I got a case of figures. Bjorn, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably shit. Like their soft goods are not good. I'm just putting that out there. They're not great. Yeah. Josh rips his fucking sleeves clean off. And then he makes soft goods out of it. Right there. Like when he's in the store, he gets a figure, he sees that the figure's shit, and he's just like, I'm fucking Wenzilla! And he rips off his sleeves. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know, the technology is there. So put it in the hands of companies that could use it. Like, I need a perfectly fitting jacket for my figures. Like, let's go. They did surgery on a grape, bro. They can fucking produce a tiny jacket that fits figures. Can one of the admins kick him out forever? You were the chosen one. Jesus. I'm sincerely curious for what's next. Maybe it was announced and I'm just drawing a blank. But there's usually a reason that a show like this will end. It's not ratings or anything like that. And it seems like they were introducing certain aspects for another series. So I'm curious what the next step in this looks like. Orange bread away. Looks like an A&W root beer place. Oh my god. It looks like A&W. Oh. Oh my god. That's something. That is something. No, it looks like a fucking A&W root beer. Hey, this is for your mom. Sit. Sit, Rosie. Sit down, Rosie. You guys are maniacs. Knock it off. We're in the middle of the stream, sir. Can't just walk in here yelling in the middle of the stream. Yeah, it looks great, but I don't. I wasn't going for the A&W aesthetic. Ah, Jesus Christ. That's so funny. Funny for me. Funny for no one else. Duff beer. Drink Duff beer. Drink Duff beer. Boy, howdy. That's so funny to me. Ridiculous. Green. We'll do a... Nope. Nope. Do a green. Oh, she's a squirter. Sorry. Got excited off camera. Oh, the white will get weathered, my friend. No. Green ain't the way to go on this. I think blue is. We will go with a aqua blue, but Viking blue. Yeah, green was just not it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, no, that is not the right paintbrush family. Yeah, that ain't. In the words of the Mandalorian, that ain't the way. I'm not going to do an A&W root beer. Son of a bitch. Your first real paycheck came from an A&W. That's awesome. Were you pissed when you open it up and be like, who is FICA? And why do they get a third of my check? What are you doing, bud? Dumpster babies. Woo! Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. One of my patrons that helps keep the light on. And if you don't have a butthole, like the video anyway, so we know who to talk to about weird video stuff. Yeah, I like the blue much better with this than the green. Oh, we're docking each other? Oh, right. Gotcha. I do remember that. If I had to, for whatever reason, there was some bizarre situation where I had no choice to work in a restaurant again, I would probably try to get behind a bar. Um, I'd rather sling drinks than stand in the kitchen and burn the shit out of myself and soak up all the heat and all the grease smells and all that stuff. Like, I make a pretty mean Mai Tai. I make a bunch of tropical drinks. That's better. I think that breaks away from it being a like dicks. Well, that was the wrong choice to say for that sentence. Yeah, there's a place called Dick's. Does your sister have to wear a really big hairnet on account of she's a Wookiee? I will say, working at a restaurant was one of those things where wish I had known. I wish I had known when I got older, because like I was all gung ho. Like in the summertime when I was working those 16, 17-hour days, 60, 70, sometimes close to 80-hour work weeks, we get good checks and everything, but then there'd be the winter and unemployment and stuff. And like I thought I was making money hand over fist. And just in retrospect, I wish that my brain had processed and been like, you're not making as much as you think you are, buddy. So try and get more money and save some of this money too. I'm not saying I wouldn't have bought all the toys that I did or anything like that, but just like frivolous spending, like going out with friends and just spending money for the sake of spending money, and not even like showing off either. Just quite literally like, oh, I've got my own money. I can do this thing now. And yeah, what a poor choice that was for me at my age. I've done various security gigs. I've never done it at a horse ranch before. Nice. What's up, Waste Man? How's it going? But like, I wish I had known to put some of that cash away, because while it was good money, especially when there were times when I was paid under the table. Boy, howdy. Would that have been a nice nest egg to have? Hmm. Interesting. Restaurant Dirty Dicks and the apple is a cow. Yeah, late stabbing. Yeah, no, I've seen those stupid fucking shirts everywhere. Obviously, since I'm, a cunt hair from New England, but like, yeah, I see those all the time. Those, I got crabs at Dirty Dicks, and I went diving for clams at Dirty Dick's, and I shucked my clam. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say here. Just a light stabbing. Is there a wonderful day to have eyes? And there's a place in Salem by the church. It's called Bunghole Liquors, Liquors, for anybody that's trying to demonetize my video. It is called Bunghole Liquors, as in alcohol, and it is spelled as such. And they have merchandise, T-shirts, and more that say the name of the location. I went to, or I really like, and stuff like that. And you can get that and wear it. You're fine. Besides, the airlock show is on Thursday afternoons. This is the docking. This is the docking show. I think that's better. You picked up a Come and Go hat. Yep, I've seen those. You know who's always been missing opportunity is Sheets. Sheets could have had you don't have a fence. Oh, I get it. Sheets could have a few different clever ones, but they don't, for whatever reason, they don't do them. Kind of bums me out. Bless you, buddy. Wow. I shipped my pants. I shipped my pants in the store. You know how a lot of us, like, and I say a lot of us, it's primarily, people in other subsections of our fandom, but people bitch, moan, and complain about Target exclusives and stuff. Do you remember how freaking hard it was to get a Kmart exclusive when they had Star Wars Kmart exclusives? God damn, was that like fucking pulling teeth, man. I could scare you with a Sears Roebuck comment, but I won't. We barely have Kmart's here in the States. I think Sears bought them, and then Sears went out of business, so I know they're still big in other countries. but I don't know anywhere else in North America that there's Kmart's. There's a fucking Kmart. It's where you go buy your letter K's. Yeah, you know, this wouldn't have been a problem when George Washington was president. I'll just say that. All right, be good, girl. And as you guys can see on my NASCAR-inspired screen, we do have Patreon page, Famine Studios 262. We have Famine Studios X on Instagram and TeePublic right down here, right there. It's right there, where you can get shirts made, created, inspired by, etc. that support the channel. And anytime in these live streams, if I use a specific product and I share it with you guys, it's you want me to show you my grandmother's pile of Publishers Clearinghouse mail that comes every day? It's the worst. But if I have a product here that I really recommend, or we're working on something specific, I will always put a link to it in the comment section. It's an affiliate. Yeah, I remember AOL CDs as well, my friend. But yeah, Publishers Clearinghouse still does sell. Yeah, they sell stuff. They send it to old people still. I remember the AOL floppies that used to come in the mail. Then it was CDs. CDs nuts. And it was like hours. Yeah, I remember. I didn't even have any like those. I had Juno for my internet service provider. That was wild. So I don't want this guy, this bar in particular, I don't want to be a jackalope inspired or anything like a mythical animal. I'm thinking a real animal, maybe something like call it the crow's nest, or I don't know, something motorcycle bar-y, but not. Could be Star Wars. Yes, and they were for different parts of the game. Just thinking maybe like the crow skull or the bird skull. No, hog's carcass, no. Mainly, I'm just looking for an excuse to either use like a dinosaur skull or a bird skull. Maybe the Raptor Roadhouse. I kind of like that. Yeah, I think I might do Raptor Roadhouse. Vultures. They eat dead stuff. Silly critters. All right, that's where we landed on that that side. The glizzy gobbler. No, that's something else entirely, Bjorn. I think I'm gonna do gray, concrete gray for here, and then dry brush this with different metallics. I'll do like some copper and silver, maybe a little gold, and maybe I'll pick up a couple of these pipes in bronze. So let's do some country gray. Country gray, take me home to the place. We'll do medium gray first, then we'll do we'll do medium gray first, and then we'll do country gray. Dumpster baby. You're liked. You're liked. Remember, guys, keep an eye on him. I do appreciate your quickness, though, to let everybody know that you're not in on the joke. Brush is still too wet. It's too wet. It's slippery and damp. A little damp. I'm just saying it's damp. Y'all are out of control. Do you like me? I don't really do. I just met you. Make an assessment. I'm old Greg. Have you ever drinking Baileys from a shoe? It's creamy. Right, all right. Whatever this piece was from. Oh, that's right. It was from a Gunpla docking stand that I got at Daiso, which is like an Asian dollar store. Daiso? Okay. Let that dry a little bit. I think after I do this bit of brushing here, we'll call it an evening. So I do gotta feed these Douglases and get myself ready for the old nighty night time. Right. Read up. Right. This will be the last thing I do. We'll do the metallic dry brushing. We'll do it. We'll do a little metallic dry brushing. We got a couple of seconds before the day is over, right? Put that back. Else I'll never find it again. This one. I like that my chat is just you guys talking shit to each other in a, friendly way. We'll do. Let's do plate mail metal first. That's not showing up at all. How dry was that dry brush, famine? Well, it was so dry. What's a generational thing? Generational thing. Oh, shit talking with affection. Maybe. And I will put some like warning stickers and stuff up on here before I do the liquid weathering later. Okay, so I want to go a little heavier on the shining silver. Especially when I hit it with the washes. Okay. Do a little bit of copper. I'd say a little bit of copper. Just in a couple of different spots, the light picks it up differently. Over there. Do a little bit of gold. There we go. There we go. So that's like some metal, different colors, different shades in there. Gray stone wall. Again, graffiti and washes and stuff will happen. But we got 2 done today. Awesome. I do want to thank you guys for sticking around while I did this. I appreciate the company you keep. I appreciate those super chats from Bjorn. That was amazing. What a great way to kick off Tuesday, make Tuesday a little less crappy. If you guys are not already, or you're somebody new that's watching the channel, I subscribe. I subscribe every Tuesday. No, I stream every Tuesday. So please feel free to duck in. We've got the list of shows that go on. I am on Mondays on Toy Squad, most Mondays, and I am also on World Makers Consortium on Friday. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an excellent week. Be well. I'll see you on Friday. Make sure you check out Dom's show on Thursday, Pirates, and Lord of Thane on Wednesdays. Otherwise, be well, guys. Too sweet me.